matter where you go, no matter what you do, I'll stay by your side. Shane is really making it. He's really not giving nobody a chance. He said, forget Samantha, forget Lance, and forget Noah. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. We're back again to play some games. We're back with Havenless, and last time we lost control of ourselves right in front of Samantha. We don't know exactly what's happening, but we made it outside and we saw Noah. And we're not sure what's happening right now. But yeah. So before we start, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow me on all my social media as always in the description below, and we can get started. Here we're on episode 8. Sleepless night. Everything about this night was perfect, and I was the only thing ruining it. My hands were shaking. I looked up with bated breath. Expecting the worst, I looked up to see who the person holding me was. Oh! Lauren, are you feeling better? Call Noah's name because he's right there. Noah? That's relief. I got really worried. I'll help you. You can lean on me. Thank you. I was completely disoriented, but with Noah's help, I managed to get up. He patted me on my back to comfort me, but my heart refused to slow down. Wait, did I... Don't make that face. Nothing happened. I was just walking by when I found you. But had that truly been everything? I slowly looked up when I saw his blood-stained palm, filled with clear teeth marks. I realized what I had just done. Noah, I'm really sorry. I did something horrible. You don't need to feel sorry. You weren't being yourself for a moment. You want someone to know what you were going through. Asking for help is only natural. Why? How? How can you easily say that you won't get infected? What? His eyes widened in surprise, but I kept lashing out at him. Do you think you'll survive getting your throat ripped out, or getting eaten alive? Wait, Lauren. Are you saying that's a relief that I didn't bite your neck? Am I wrong for thinking this? Lauren, calm down. You've just been going through a traumatic experience. I have seen so many people in pain from being bitten by infected. Even more people who died. In this situation, how can I calm down? I don't deserve being comforted. I'm sorry. I just want to make you feel better. I ended up saying something disrespectful to the victim of the situation. I'm not gonna be sarcastic then, that's rude. I'm sorry I raised my voice. No, it's fine. I should have thought before speaking. What's weighing on my mind is... The wind was blowing, Noah's hair was glimmering in the moonlight. I'm sure you'll try to remember what happened today for the rest of your life. No matter what I say, how much I forgive you, you'll feel guilty until the end. I'm here whenever you need a shoulder to cry on. You don't need to push me away. What are you saying? What are you saying? How about it? Then you wouldn't have to have these things happen to you in the future. I really don't understand what you're talking about. Lauren, could you look at me for just a second? Noah suddenly looked straight at me. I almost fell over in surprise. Don't look at me. I don't want to show myself like this to anyone. I understand. I respect that. But Lauren, there's something I want to check. Sure, I guess. You really don't know when to give up, do you? Alright. I'm not sure what you're going to do, but go ahead. As soon as we received my permission, Noah smiled prettily, and lifted my face with both his hands. We looked at each other silently as what seemed to be a hair's breadth away. What you looking at? Get out of my face. Seeing his eyes stare right into mine made me blush and look away when... I'm sorry to ask, but do you remember when you got infected? Quite... No, it's been a really long time. Noah thought deeply for a moment, before he carefully kept speaking. Lauren, do you know? You can tell if someone's affected by the color of their irises? Really? What color are they? You can't be serious. I had no idea until now. I didn't have any chance to look closer before. The reason I'm telling you this now is because my blood can cure the virus. What is this, Last of Us? Curing the virus? I remember his hand awkwardly trying to escape my grip. His blood-dripped hand was filled with countless scars. Don't tell me you've been going around feeding infected your blood. I have. It's the only thing I can really do. So I thought I could help you. Accepted. I believe him. I guess that means there's no hope for me to recover. Something strange. I've never had this happen before. Noah, I need some time to think. I understand. I'll see you later. Noah hesitated for a while before getting up and leaving. Yeah, I definitely don't need the church finding out about him and his blood. I just sat blankly, looking at the night sky while leaning on the wall. Honestly, I want to believe, but wouldn't that just make the disappointment even worse? The sky is pretty tonight. I could fall asleep like this. You'll catch a cold if you sleep out here. Oh, this time it really is you. This time. Was someone else here with you before? She looked around before getting close and kneeling down in front of me. His face crumbled, and he had all the reason to. Unlike last time, this time I was covered in blood. After contemplating for a moment, I decided to tell him about Noah and everything that happened. I'm sorry. What? What do you have to be sorry about? I tried to say, but I couldn't muster the strength. Partially because Shane was grabbing my arm and resting his head on my shoulder. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I can't let you go. I can afford that one though. Hug him. I dragged Shane closer and hugged him. That's when I realized I had been shivering. Shane, you probably don't know, but every time you do that, you give me reasons not to die. Really? Like, this game wants me to choose a route, but Shane is like my ride or die. He is really he really cares about me. He's not even giving the other characters a chance. He's all up on me. Every time I got caught up in the guilt, Shane was there to comfort me. Like right now, just having someone next to me was enough to help me endure. If it wasn't for you, I doubt it would have lasted this long. That's good. Think of me whenever you're having a hard time. For you, I will do anything. So, Shane looked up and I could see he was hurting. In addition, Shane, you crybaby, you're crying again. I should really be the one crying in this situation, you know. Shane looked at me. A single teardrop was hanging from his eyelashes. But he just carefully wiped my blood-stained mouth clean. I still remember the promise we made that day. I knew right away what promise he was talking about. If you ever end up being unable to revert it, then I'll do as you want, Lauren. Oh, to kill me. Then I'll kill you. Aww. I will watch over you until the end. I nodded and Shane grabbed my hand and led the way, even if it was a bit awkward. I let him walk me back. My body still hadn't regained the strength to do it myself. Nothing more than that. The night passed. We were on our way to the third floor office, I forgot we were going to the roof. Can we still go to the roof, Samantha? Samantha, please. Please take me to the roof. Please. I'm begging. What was I saying? We were on the way to the third floor office. Lauren, you look like you're going to a fight. What are you talking about? I do not. Samantha said she had something she wanted to talk to me about. It just bothers me a bit. She did see you turn. I guess it won't hurt to be careful. We braced ourselves as we entered the office, but we were met by... Isn't Samantha here? It better not be that one guy. It is Jeremy. Why would I know? I feel like I care about what she's up to. Are you sure you didn't come to see me? Don't pretend that's not it. Honestly, it's so much cuter. Whoa, Shane. Let's forgive him this once. No, we forgave him last time. This is the second time. He's almost on his third strike. So what about Samantha? If you're counting heads, how about I help you? Of course, there'd have to be something in it for me. We don't need anyone else. I'm more comfortable moving in groups of 2. That's true. I think we'll be fine, thanks. Eh? I'm pretty sure you'll regret it. Suit yourself. He's such an annoying person. Doesn't seem like he really knows anything about Zoe either. I'm about to say who's Zoe, but I think that's my sister. I sighed and we went on patrol, but we didn't find anything of use. Lauren, you shouldn't be having trouble focusing. Is it because of what happened yesterday? You've got a sharp eye. I really can't hide anything from you, can I, Shane? It's about time, seeing how long we've known each other. I glanced over at Shane before I spoke. I was just wondering whether it's okay to stay here. We still have no clue where Zoe is. No, I say we leave. It is not okay to stay here. I told you that from the beginning. I told you that episode 1. 2, something like that. We still have no clue where Zoe is, and my episodes are becoming more frequent. That troubles you? You should do what you feel is best. No matter where you go, no matter what you do, I'll stay by your side. Shane is really making it. He's really not giving nobody a chance. He said, forget Samantha, forget Lance, and forget Noah. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. I'm the one. I thought I told you to stop saying cheesy stuff like that. What? I jabbed Shane in the side with my elbow in an attempt to deal with the awkward mood. We ended up finishing our patrol safely today too. Tonight, I hope I get to relax a bit. Night. Oh, I have a ticket for a night. Noah, Shane, Samantha, Lance. I don't really care for Lance at all. Ooh, Shane or Noah? Shane or Noah? Or should I do Samantha? No, Samantha hasn't really caught my eye yet. I'm gonna give it to Shane. Yeah, let's go with Shane. Just because he cried for me this chapter. Should I wait with Noah? Nah, I'm more interested in seeing what Shane's talking about. I can't sleep. All these thoughts made me too restless. I kept turning around in my bed for a while before giving up on trying to sleep. Instead going to the roof to get some fresh air. The winds are chilly. I feel like there was still some time until it gets warmer. Is that why, after that day when the infected started appearing, it felt like time stopped? That would mean it wouldn't get any worse. I sighed and leaned on the railing of the roof. Am I really on the roof? Of the church? Is this the roof? Well, this doesn't really count, because it's not part of the story. Anyway, as I started putting weight on the railing, it made a creaking noise. If I lean on it any more than this, it feels like it wouldn't hold. I guess nowadays, No one really has time to fix something like this. I'd be disappointed. I stepped back to avoid an accident. Or I tried to until... Lauren! Shane! What are you doing here? Shane pulled me back. I looked up at Shane, dumbfounded. When did he come here? For me? That can't be it. I noticed his hands were trembling as he held me. He must have felt like this was a serious situation. Wait, Shane. Wait a second. I think you're misunderstanding the situation. Misunderstanding? I was just about to take a step back because it felt dangerous. Shane's dark pupils were shaking slightly as he looked at me. He looked like he just wanted to know what happened. I felt a bit unfairly treated, but hey, it's Shane after all. Anyway, Shane, why did you come here this late? I want to ask the same to you. You said you were going to bed early because you were tired. Well, that's true, but I need some fresh air. I just feel like getting some fresh air. You should have told me. Tell you how? It's not like I can text you or anything. Still, it's dangerous being alone on the roof this late. I suddenly thought of something. Shane, don't tell me. Did you follow me up here? Awkward silence. Shane didn't want to answer the question. I started laughing, seeing his face as he flustered, trying to think of a response. It wasn't on purpose. I could hear you moving in the corridor. But it bothered me hearing you walk away somewhere, so I followed you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disturb your sleep. You don't need to be sorry. We kept talking to each other while watching the nightscape. We talked about the time I got nosebleed after trying to show him a trick using a pair of swings. And about the day we first met, awkwardly wearing our school uniforms. Sometimes, on our way back from school, we looked at the lights on the night sky and wondered whether they could have been stars or planets. It used to be this dark back then too. Remember that time I traded you to the pub? You say that as if it just happened once. Thinking about it now, I really enjoyed those days. Running like crazy not to miss the subway, arriving a second late to the station to catch the last train. Ending up spending the night at the subway station drinking cans of beer we bought from a nearby convenience store. Lauren, I miss all that. I couldn't bear myself to keep on speaking. I didn't want him to notice that my voice started trembling. Avoiding Shane's look, I looked at the building in the distance. Suddenly, I could see a light. That must be the safe zone Lance was trying to get back to. Do you think they're safe? I haven't heard anything from our friends from before. We promised each other to go to the ocean together. I started feeling tears welling up. Happy thoughts, Lauren. I can't cry here. But I probably shouldn't meet like this, I guess. I'm not really in position to wish for things like that anymore. Remembering the face Samantha had made as I had that episode in front of her. I'll probably have to get used to seeing faces like that more frequently in the future. After all, this infection isn't getting better anytime soon. We can always hide it when it's just us. But with more eyes around, things will change. If you aren't careful, they get suspicious and give you a hard time. Shane was right. I had to keep people away so that they didn't notice anything wrong. In order to hide the fact that I was infected, I had no choice. But, Lauren, will I have to live like this forever? Always having to be careful so that people don't notice? Never letting anyone close? My vision started swaying, and Shane looked like he didn't know what to do. I want to say it. I don't want to say it. I can't take this. Finally I spoke, with a half-crying voice. Shane, why did everything have to turn out this way? How much more lonely do I have to get? I felt myself being pulled towards Shane. Forgetting how to breathe, I looked up at him. What are you saying? Shane raised the visor of his cap with one hand and looked right at me. His palms felt warm as he held me, just like his dark eyes reflected in my face. I know me telling you this won't change anything, but I hope you didn't think like that. Shane. He had been somewhat of a crybaby since we were young. Whenever I got hurt or sick, he was next to me crying. And even when I told him I was fine, he held on to me while pouting. Even when I should be the one crying, seeing him cry made my tears dry up. Shane. Why do you think like that? Always. As if there's no one by your side. You don't need to hide it. You shouldn't distance yourself from others. I won't let you end up on your own. Shane, who in other situations would have just stood sobbing, was consoling me. I knew this would happen. Since he wasn't crying instead of me, I ended up crying instead. If you want to see the ocean, let's go. I don't care if we have to walk for days. If you want to drink beer, I'll find it for you. But you can't get completely wasted like you used to back then. Let's take night walks and just keep going until you're happy. His hand slid down and started holding me by my fingers. I could feel my heartbeat faster. I should be the one asking you what you're saying. But I think Lily would like to see the ocean too. But why did it get so awkward? I scratched the back of my neck and coughed. Anyway, thank you for telling me that. And I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that you're sorry, so don't. Got it. I won't then. Out of habit, I raised my hand before hesitating. I then kept going and moved the hand to his hair. As I sorted out his hair that had been pressed down by his cap, Shane closed his eyes. When he opened his eyes again, he looked down at me with a softer look than before. Want to go back down? We can stay here for a while longer if you want. Be honest with me, Shane. Don't you think it's a waste just to go back down? We haven't had time just the two of us since we found Lily. I scratched him under the chin like I always used to do. But this mood. What's up with this mood? What? Why are you so quiet? Night. It had become late night, and the only thing lighting up our surroundings was a faint moonlight. And even though it was dark outside, I could clearly see Shane starting to get red. Is he watching me starting to blush now too? It was a bit embarrassing, but I looked at Shane and smiled. I could smile because he was there next to me. How do they expect me to pick any other character when Shane's in my face all day, every day? Being cute and stuff. Yeah, that was a cute chapter. I really want to see Samantha. Like, can we talk? Are you gonna tell on me? Did you figure out what exactly was happening? Or did you think I was just acting weird? So, hopefully we'll figure that out next chapter. Talk to her. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on all my social medias, always in the description below. And I will see you guys next week. Maybe, probably not, probably so. Definitely, yes. Bye bye.